A 35-year-old Utah high school teacher accused of having sex with a 16-year-old student is now facing allegations of sleeping with a second teenager. Here they come out of the woodwork. Brianne Altice September trial for 3 counts of rape and 1 of forcible sodomy. Okay. Has been delayed after prosecutors laid a further charge of each, claiming she also slept with a 17-year-old. So who knows how many more people are going to pile out. A court heard in June how the former teacher claimed she was the victim because the boy wore down her defenses. And her lawyer's request to throw out the charges was dismissed, as it well should. According to KSL, the charges show Altice had a position of special trust with both minors. Her lawyers claimed the 16-year-old admitted he set out to have sex with Altice, and that it was therefore legally consensual. He's a 16-year-old idiot, isn't he? Because no, it's not. She's a teacher. It is illegal in Utah for a teacher or anyone in a position of power to have sex with a person under 18, right? All those 18 and up people she could have had sex with, right? She repeatedly refused and declined his advances until he ultimately broke down her resistance. Defense lawyer Edward Brass claimed, according to the Salt Lake Tribune, the state failed to establish probable cause to believe that the intercourse that occurred was without consent. However, Judge John R. Morris threw out the motion, saying that there was probable cause they try Altice. He set a September trial date, and the statuesque blonde former English teacher at Davis High School is in a heavily Mormon Kaysville, Utah, sobbed as she left court with her family. The 16-year-old boy told investigators in last November that he had had sex with Altice on 3 occasions in 2013 and testified to that fact at a preliminary hearing on February. He's a teenage boy. He was going to testify that to anybody. Trust me, okay? Yeah. According to the Standard Examiner, the teen said in the preliminary hearing that he was upset because his family had moved to Utah from another state. He said he was having problems at home and doing drugs, and that he would skip class to hang out with Altice. He's skipping school to hang out with her. Okay. Soon a sexual relationship began after an initial encounter in a church parking lot. This just gets more, yeah. The teen was alleged able to accurately describe the layout of Altice's home to detectives, as well as tattoos on her body. Altice's husband filed for divorce shortly after his wife's arrest. I imagine so. It was finalized in December, so he got out of there. He got lucky, right? The defendant, he found out and got out. The defendant occupied, and I say he got lucky. Maybe he was able to use this or whatever to get, a decent divorce out of it. Well, anyway, the defendant occupied a position of special trust in relation to the juvenile, prosecutors wrote. Altice was originally arrested in October. Altice was believed to have had sex with a 16-year-old on many occasions, including at her South Weber home and at a park in addition to the church parking lot. Davis County Jail report states. Altice was only hired by the high school last August. So she gets there last August. There's already 2 male students they know of, it looks like, okay? I mean, But had previously worked for other schools in the district since 2004. Anytime a story surfaces like this, I think it all causes us concern because these are members of the community that are held to a higher standard. District spokesman Chris Williams told the Desert News. Altice is the 4th Utah teacher currently facing charges of sexual abuse of children. Now, I'm already pretty sure what the comments are going to be like, but let's just get this. There's a few quick things over here. She's very attractive. So what I've noticed tends to happen in these stories is if they're very attractive, then there's even more people that come to their defense and say, wow, who's a victim? If she's unattractive, people are going to turn on the flamethrowers, because now they're not having their fantasy. They look at a very unattractive woman. They go, "Wow, I can't have my fantasy of being a teenager and the teacher." So this is what seems to happen. She's very attractive, so I would imagine that several people will go to her defense. But who knows? Maybe people are growing up. Look, if they were legal, if the age of consent was 16 and up, and so what? But if they're students and she's a teacher, that's just wrong. It's illegal. She knew it was wrong. Teachers sign contracts when they get hired on. They know the law. But she isn't a very attractive lady. So there's a picture. Go ahead and look it up. This definitely made Steve's Outrageous News. If you have any stories you want me to cover or whatever you think are interesting, go ahead and drop them down in the comments section. I'll take a look. Until next time, take care.